Thruxton, round 2, and it's starting to look like Greg wants his title back. Is there anything the young guns or Keogh can do about the Spaniard?
Tommy Hill has been in pole position at World Superbike level before on the Virgin Mobile Yamaha, but now he's in pole position, his first time on the British Superbike Series. So the Virgin Media, Optima Malone's Yamaha man, Tommy Hill, Pirelli tyre shod, is on pole position. Can he convert it? A long way to go in this race, and alongside him, Lavia, Byrne and Ray, who will make the whole shot. And away they go. Good start from Hill, but a great start from Byrne, and even better from number 4, Jonathan Ray, off the inside on the HM Plant Honda. Slots straight into the lead at Allard. Number 4, Johnny Ray, the 20-year-old from Ballyclare in Northern Ireland, down into the complex for the first time. Who's going to force it to fit in here? A lot of people jamming it up the inside, looking for the advantage. Look at Leon Camia on the Bike Animal Honda, the yellow machine, back in, 6th or 7th place. Not a great start for him at all at the moment. We're looking back from Jonathan Ray, your race leader at this point in time. 22 laps. I tell you what, he might have been a race leader, but it looked like Shane Byrne had to go around the outside of him. Well, we talk about traction control, but you can see there Jonathan Ray wasn't using any because he left a big dark line all the way out onto Brooklands. Here comes Tommy Hill around the outside, Shane Byrne. Well, he put a lot of weight and a lot of confidence on the front end of that Yamaha.
That's where he's strong. Tommy pushes in front of that. He's really strong in the front end of that Yamaha on that Pirelli. Another stormy start for Walker there. He's in 4th, and look at Shaky. He got a bit of a surprise there into Club Chicane. Tommy Hill came from miles back, the long way around, turned it in. Look at the front end of that Yamaha. It's absolutely planted, and Tommy's really confident. That's the difference between his riding style and James Hayden, his teammate.
Lavia still back in 4th place at the moment. There he is, Lavia now, the Spaniard, sitting right on the rear end of the 67 Stobart Honda. That is Shane Byrne.
Class act Lavia, but he's going to have to work hard, and he's going to have to work that rear tyre. Normally Greg's used to getting away in the front. He can conserve his tyres, he can stay cool out front, but he's having to work hard. Shaky and Tommy Hill there. Tommy Hill on the Virgin Media Yamaha, Shaky up the inside, going up Wooden Hill into the chicane. And look at Lavia on the outside.
Lavia, big slipstream, a 2-bike slipstream for him, and he's only managed to make one of them on the brakes because Tommy Hill is so strong as he pulls into the club chicane. 36, Lavia comes through. Well, he is the Roger Federer of motorcycle racing. Never looks like he's making an effort, but still always puts himself in a winning position. 36, the Airways Ducati of Gregorio Lavia, won the first 2 races at Brands Hatch, and really now is lining up Tommy Hill, the pole sitter today, and this is going to be around the outside of Allard and down into the, I thought for a moment he was going to make it into the complex.
He pulls it back though, he's sensible though. That would have cost them both time if he'd gone down the inside there. You saw him swing out to the left, cut it across to get through Cobb, a nice line through Cobb and then onto the back straight. Much more economical riding, and it actually saves time. He might have got past, but he would have held up both of them.
Fastest lap to that man on the Bike Animal Honda, it's Leon Camia, 1:16.2, and that compares with a lap record of Gregorio Lavia's 1:14.8. I just don't think they're going to break lap records. I think it's too hot today. I don't think the tyres are going to hang in there. They're going to have to do it all with a full tank of fuel. And that will make it tricky.
First 4 laps, but I reckon when they get to lap 8, that's when things are going to change, and we'll see who's got the smoothest ride.
Look at this.
Maybe the nicest suspension set. Look at this.
Big slipstream city there as far as number 67, Shane Byrne, was concerned, but Lavia has managed, but again, Tommy Hill pulls it down, but no, Lavia's having none of that, runs him up the higher part of the club chicane. Through has gone Lavia, teaches the young pretender just a little bit of a lesson on how to do it, and Lavia has forced his way through. Tommy Hill really having to rely on mostly his skill on the front end of that motorcycle at the minute, and in traffic that could be a little tricky.
Yeah, he's confident, but that's what you've got to use if that's where you're strong. But he thought he was the boss in there, not this time. But who said these Airways Ducatis were slower than the 4-cylinder Japanese bike? Smoke coming off Jonathan Ray's rear tyre there.
He's just spinning it everywhere at the moment.
These Hondas as well, these are a good package around here. The CBR 1005, they've really smooth tyre, really linear tyre, and a nice package. Shaky looks dead after that. Bit of a shame for Tom Sykes. He qualified 5th there. He's back in 8th place.
Oh, look at this. Look at this from so far back, Neil.
Yeah,
unbelievable. He is just the boss.
Class act.
Well, there was a big conversation as to whether to use SDQs or N-Tech tyres, shaved or not, and it sounds very technical because it is, but Dunlop have been working, they've been shaving a millimetre or so off of the actual carcass depth of the tread, although there's no tread on a slick, but you know what I mean. and that loses something like 11 or 12 degrees in tyre temperature. It's been so technical here over practice and qualifying. The Dunlop boys have been working so hard on it, but look how far he came back from Neil.
Amazing, I mean, that's not all tyres there, that's a class act, that's a quality rider that pulled that move on Jonathan Ray there into the chicane. Shaky's closing in every time Jonathan Ray spins up and that HM flank goes sideways. The Stobart on the number 67 there gets a bit close, he's just keeping it smooth. Watch Jonathan Ray out of here.
Johnny Ray smokes that tyre. Go on,
Shaky.
Johnny, smoke that tyre. So Michelin being tortured all the way around Thruxton. Daniel Crossbean, their chief technician here, is going to be crying in his tea when he sees this.
Yeah.
The back tyre, it's sitting down, it's spinning, and Shane Byrne, of course, if it's spinning, it's not going forward, which may give Shane Byrne on the Dunlop shot, Stobart Honda, an opportunity to get up the inside. Yeah, superb from Shaky.
Yeah, really nice move. Jonathan Ray there on the full factory HRC Fireblade Honda, and Shaky on what is essentially a privateer Honda, a bike that pretty much anyone can build, but really impressive, and Shaky back to his very best.
Oh, look at this. Shaky's cleared off on this lap since he managed to get past Jonathan Ray. Ray's the man with the spinning rear end. Shaky Byrne. It's planted. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he can do anything about the lead.
Yeah, he's only a tenth slower than Grigori Levy in that last lap, so Grigori's got a fairly, not a big lead, so it's comfortably 1.3 seconds in that last lap.
Well, I'm looking for an opportunity to run through the leaderboard, but every time I look back at the monitor, I daren't start running down the top 10 because it's all happening. Haslam there, 91, in front of Johnny Ray. In front of Kianari. Jonathan Ray.
Yeah, he's gone well back there. I don't know if he made a mistake.
Oh, I tell you what, maybe that tyre's dead.
Yeah, definitely something going on there. Maybe Richard's not quite easy. He's took a big step.
Oh,
Kianari suddenly up to third.
Yeah, well, Kianari hasn't been spinning his tyre or anything like Johnny Ray. I think Johnny Ray's just been having a good time out there in the early laps. Lavia, 1.7 was his lead over Byrne on the last lap. But this is significant now as through comes Kianari up the inside of Shane Byrne. Byrne's good on the brakes, but Kianari isn't going to mess about.
Nice little pass there. Just he gets alongside him and lets the brakes off a little bit more just to show him I'm going into the corner first. Waves to him, says I'm sorry, but see you later.
You could hear, as they came through the club chicane, you could hear Lavia going past our camera mic there. You could hear it on the traction control, just fitting and starting and making all that sort of clattery noise that he does as we look back at Kianari having to force his way under Byrne. Byrne didn't let him have it.
No, Shaky's not going to give that away, but he got alongside him and he just let the brakes off a little bit more, but still a safe manoeuvre, and waved to him on the exit.
Oh! He struggled with the back end, then nearly had me out the chair here.
Shaky, that'll give Shaky a bit of incentive. Look at that. The front Michelin's not working quite as well as Shaky's front Dunlop.
Black lines all the way around Thruxton. It could not get hotter here at this time of the year if somebody had some divine intervention. Lavia leads at the moment. Kianari, has he shot his tyres because they are leaving big dark lines everywhere, and the two Honda boys behind him, the Stobart Honda of Shane Byrne and the Bike Animal Honda of number 2. Johnny Ray is going to pit. Johnny Ray is coming in. This will be interesting to see what his tyres like. I hope we got a camera down there. So Johnny Ray in pit lane. Nice pictures from our onboard camera. Don't quite know whose crutch that was, but there you go. So there's Daniel Crossbean talking with Chris Pike, technician for Jonathan Ray. They're looking down at the rear end of the motorcycle.
Tyres look like they're covered up there.
Oh, they would be immediately.
Oh, Cammy through this time. They really make it stick.
Shane Byrne goes back behind Cammy.
This will be interesting.
A master of understatement, Mr. McKenzie. So Kianari comes under attention of Leon Cammy, who's through in the third place now, up the inside of a back marker, force the back marker wide so everyone can come through. Of course, he should see the blue flags, but the blue flags are such a long way away from this track because it is such a wide, fast circuit. Look at this, side-by-side Cammy on that inside line.
Cammy's got better front end through here.
Out of village, onto church. Now we're going to see what Cammy's motorcycle, the Bike Animal Honda, he's got more grip coming out there as well, hasn't he?
He comes up here, he can't turn the front end into the club chicane, he can't turn in as fast as Cammy. He might get him on the brakes a little bit, he can't push the front in here.
So Cammy in second place now on the number 2 bike, and again Shane Byrne looking for a way by if he can. This is Cammy driving underneath Shane Byrne and then underneath Kianari. Just
Leon Cammy, made the best of the back marker there.
Great stuff. There's Murray Walker, the incredible Murray Walker lives down the road. Always fantastic to see him here. We'll try and get a word with him later if we can. He's a guest of Paul Denning. Paul Denning, of course, owner of the Rizzler Suzuki camp. He's here as well because there's no MotoGP duty for him at the moment, so Paul Denning is on site as well. The sun brings them all out. Lavia and Cammy are through. We're sticking with this battle. Oh, Shaky Bird smoking the Stobart Honda.
Keenar, he hasn't given up, but I'm not sure what he can do.
I don't think he is.
He's closer, and he'll get a slipstream, and he'll probably get a bit closer coming up to Club Chicane, but I don't think he can turn it in like Shaky through that.
He's going to have
section.
to mug Shaky in the Club Chicane, and that's going to be a real effort to do that because Shane Byrne, when it comes to a dogfight, is somebody who's not going to give it away. Church Corner we come to already. Cammy has just gone through it on the bike animal Honda.
Wide, Shaky's wide. He's going to lose time out of here.
Oh,
So is
drive
Kienari.
it. Absolutely fantastic. Kienari gets good drive, and he's gone outside on the Stobart Honda now. It's going to be down to a duel on the brakes. Already Lavia is at the Club Chicane. Oh, Shaky's going to go the long way round. Can he do it? I doubt it. He's gone straight on. He's gone straight on. Lavia's gone through. Camia comes through for second place. Now it will be number one in third place. Yes, Ryoichi Kienari. Byrne manages to collect it all up and make fourth place in the end. There is Colin Wright, shaking hands with the rest of the team. Lucy Wheeler PR in the background. Very happy with the job well done. Lavia, 3 out of 3 for the Spaniard. Absolutely magnificent. Nobody goes about their job in a more intelligent manner than that man. Let's take another look at this, Neil.
Yeah, out of Church. Kienari, they both slid out of Church, but Kienari slid the least and just mugged Shaky there. Got a nice gap. Shaky thought he could go around the inside. I'm sure the front end of Stobart Honda was working better than Kienari's, but he just left it a little bit too late and then had to pick it up. He was too wide. It wasn't going to happen. Kienari, really smart move. Maybe a little bit lucky, but really unfortunate there. And Shaky has to back off and let Kienari go over the line first, but fair enough move.
Great expectation then as they come under orders for the second time today at Thruxton. Will Tommy Hill manage to convert that pole position, or will it be another double at Thruxton for Gregorio Lavia? Lavia gets an absolutely fine start, but it was Leon Carrier who's gone backwards, absolutely backwards in the pack. The bike animal, yellow number 2 bike, has gone backwards as Johnny Ray forces his way through, but Shane Byrne looks round the outside on the Stobart Honda as they go down to the complex, and round the outside of a lot of them it looks to me like it's... Is it? Yes, it is. It is Lavia, and look at it. Looks like Chris Walker forcing his way underneath as well. Walker goes through in the third place. Neil McKenzie's alongside me. Well, that was the most hectic first 3 bends I think we've seen here this weekend. And
Chris Walker forced his way through all of these 3 bends, off the second row of the grid, underneath everyone at Allards, and same into the complex. But looking back there, Shaky Byrne, he got a much better start this time in second position. But Jonathan Ray, again, way out in front on the first lap.
But it's the second place man from race 1, Leon Camion, that's got a lot of work to do. The 20-year-old has gone back through the pack. He just managed to hook that clutch up a little bit too quick, and he slipped back with Johnny Ray. Oh, absolutely sideways. He was spinning that rear wheel through race 1, and that really cost him. He retired in race 1, you'll remember, because we think of tyre problems. We haven't had any other report. As Shane Byrne, under the brakes, goes straight under Johnny Ray. I think Shane Byrne wants to get a bit of a break on this job if he can. Chris Walker in third place on the Blue Rizzler Suzuki. Behind him is 36, Gregorio Lavia, looking for another double here at Thruxton. He got one last year. Then it's Tommy Hill behind him in 5th place as it is at the moment. Tommy Hill, Haslam in 6th place as we look again at Shane Shaky Byrne, textbook stuff at club.
Came a long way back there to pass Jonathan Ray into the Club Chicane, and like you said, he had to work really hard in the first race to come through the field, but if he can get away in front when the tyres go off, he might be in a better position this time.
Oh dear me, Walker pushes Tommy Hill right out to the white line, and Hill, so brave.
Here he is at Virgin Media R1. Yamaha's got a really strong front end, real good grip in the front end, and I would expect him to go down the inside. Chris Walker into club here. Is it going to happen?
Yes. Oh, Walker hasn't given up though. Look at Walker. There's a Rizzler cigarette paper between the 2 of them.
There certainly is, but Tommy Hill got the advantage. He gets out of Seagrave, a much smoother, much cleaner line, and you can see Kienari, he's coming up through the field as well. He's on the back of Chris Walker now.
Well, a lap record here is Gregorio Lavia's from last year, 1:14.8, I think it is, as we look back at Tommy Hill leaning on the front end of that motorbike. But look at Chris Walker. Chris Walker, even if he was sitting still, would look like the most aggressive man in the world.
He certainly is.
Here we go, side by side, 2 Hondas up towards Church Corner. They approach that at something like 150, 160 miles an hour.
Well, Jonathan Ray was spinning the rear up on that number 4 Action Plan Honda, and the first race. We'll just see if they made any changes, maybe a different tyre, maybe a different suspension setup, maybe a different engine map.
Let's have a quick rundown. It's Lavia with the fastest lap at the moment, 1:16.5. And as I say, that compares with his lap record around here of 14.8. Oh, that's going to go bang, and that's right on the racing line. Now, that might well... I wonder if it went through the exhaust, that smoke, or whether it's come out of the engine. Looks to me like it's the exhaust. So it's gone pop, that's for sure.
Big time.
But it's not dumping it down on the floor, I hope.
Well,
it is now, it's on fire.
It's on fire. These belly pans retain any oil, any fluid that comes in them. Well, he needs to get off that.
They do, but at 200 mile an hour, the wind tends to blow it all out as well.
To have a Sunday roast.
Look at this! Shaky Byrne up the inside of Johnny Ray. Shane Byrne leads. Fastest lap, Chianari, 1:16.4. It's going to get quicker in the early laps.
Chianari's closer to the front than he was in the first race.
Good stuff from Chianari. Race 1, he managed to salvage a podium position. Of course, it's even if you're having a bad day, it's all about getting as many points on the list as you can in these early race meetings, not letting anybody get away too far from you. Oh, nice, look at this, and here comes Lavia up the inside. Well, Shane Byrne on the outside has the perfect line, but Lavia one more time just drifts up into second place, makes it look easy. What's going on there? Looked like Lavia put his hand in the air. Now what happened there?
It was a yellow flag maybe?
I don't understand what happened then. Everyone's looking round. Has the pace gone off? I can't see anything on my monitor that says it should. So there is no order from the race director, otherwise it would be on our monitor in here. But certainly that's the second time. In race 1 we saw a bit of that, everybody looking. There's obviously something at the side of the track that's distracting these riders.
The only thing I can think, that's where Walker went off in the previous lap, unless they had a flag out, an oil flag out, some sort of flag out, and Lavia clocked it, because he had a nice, safe second place there at one point.
But the youngster now in front of him, Jonathan Ray, focused only on the man in front, Shane Byrne. Lap 6 of 22. Still a long way to go in this race yet. Ray.
Tommy Hillman looks like he's got past Chianari. He's back to 4th position on the Virgin Media Yamaha.
It's a good ride from Tommy, and I think that's Chianari just gone back by him again. If we look back, yes it is. Chianari's gone back into 4th place, if indeed Hill had managed to make the difference. HM Plant Honda versus Stobart Honda on the Brooklyn Straight, and it's Johnny Ray's machine that has just a bit of an advantage, and deja vu, through comes Lavia again.
Take 2.
Second place this time though, he's following Johnny Ray through the chicane. He followed Shaky Byrne last time round. Lap 6 of 22, soon to be lap 7. Well, the thing about the Ducati system is they can dial in the amount of traction control on each and every gear that they've got. So you would think at the time, perhaps... oh, through comes Hill and Camia! Tell you what, Camia nearly tripped himself up there on the rear wheel of Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill very nearly went straight on at the chicane as well. These two young blades, oh, look at that cutback. Superb cutback there from Camia as Hill got himself in a knot. Through has gone
Tom Sykes.
Tom Sykes as well on the Stobart on the... Ooh, alternate words. We're getting quite good at this.
Nearly getting the hang of it.
Camia through in 6th place. Chianari still up in 4th place. Byrne still in 3rd place. Lavia in 2nd place. But look at that. Through has gone Lavia.
Like you say, it just goes past everyone. You might wonder why someone would leave the door open there, but you need to swing out to get a line into the club, into...
Cobb, that is.
Campbell and Cobb. Too many C's for a man of my age. But Lavia all the way to the front.
All cranked over. It's just so fast through those section of corners. You can't appreciate what 150, 160 mile an hour feels like on a motorcycle with it all lent over, wiggling away underneath you. Quite an experience.
A hideous fairground ride, just ready to go wrong.
Shaky. Shaken, not stirred as he coolly moves through, gets back on the gas in front of Leon Camia. I'll tell you what, if he does that too often, and he does have a bit of a tendency for that just there, Camia will be awarded the position. Camia has come right the way through. He had a bobble right out, or way back, didn't he, really? It got a little out of order for him, and he's had to go right wide. Takes a look over his shoulder to see where the next guy is, who's Camia, but keeps the momentum up. But he won't want to be doing that too often, otherwise Stuart Higgs, the race director, will award him a penalty.
Didn't lose any time then, but yeah, it was better to do that than run into the back of Ryuichi Chianari, that's for sure.
Of course, it could be argued that had he been made to make the turn properly, Camia would have had the place. So, yes. As I say, I'm sure that will be being watched by Stuart Higgs. He'll be keeping an eye on it. Pace car's out. I wonder why that could be. We've had a caution, so the safety car is out. Let's take a look at why that is. There's the pace car flag. We're on lap 11 of 22. We haven't gone past 2/3 distance yet, so basically the laps will stay the same. It won't be added to. It will still be a 22-lap race. Number 56 is a faller at the chicane, and 56 is John Crockford coming out for his, he's riding the Crescent Performance Suzuki here, having a one-off ride. John Crockford, only from down the road here, the ex-RAF man, is used to be a bit of a force to be reckoned with at one particular time. Lavia here is in charge of the restart. The pace car, he slowed them right up coming through the club chicane.
Massive, yeah.
Pace car comes in now, and it'll be Lavia who winds up the wick first. And he'll, oh, look at that.
Why?
He's absolutely dumped them. It should never have happened. They really should have known that Lavia was backing him up at the club chicane on purpose. He's got all his lead back. In fact, it's extended. 1.4 over the line. It was only 7/10 when they were racing.
I don't understand why they weren't bolted on his back wheel, even if the lights were on the pace car, because you just never know. You can never be too close, I know.
Jonathan Ray then. Of course, no one can pass until the line, so really I suppose Jonathan Ray can be held responsible for holding everybody up, because he never made the shot behind Lavia. No one can pass until they get to the start and finish line,
Yes.
Otherwise they'll get penalised. So Jonathan Ray really was the rider at fault there, holding up everybody behind. So Lavia leads by 1.4 seconds over the line. Ray in second place on bike number 4. Then it's number 1, Chianari. Then it's Shane Byrne, I think, with Camia behind him on bike number 2 in 5th place. And then 6th, Tom Sykes having another good ride.
Great. Qualified in second row in 5th position. Really good to see Tom Sykes up there. I think a lot of people out there thought Carl Crutchlow would be the man on the Rizzle Suzuki, but Tom Sykes been working away, pre-season testing in the background, and really got a nice package and adapted really well.
So Shane Byrne goes into second place. Oh, look at the power of Ryoichi Chianari. Big slipstream, plus I think just a little more horsepower perhaps. Oh, Shane Byrne surely going straight on. He's surely going to let him through. Yes, again he goes straight on. He'll have to wait now. Oh, he'll be in trouble for that. He should let these two boys by it.
No, it's borderline that.
Yeah,
That
well,
could
it's more
cost
than
him.
borderline. I'll already have a shout about that. I think that Stuart Higgs is going to give him a penalty. I'll have a little wager with you now for that. I'm sure if we see that again in replay, he should have let Camia and Ray through, in my view. He took unfair advantage in club chicane. I might have to eat my words, but if I don't, commentate is about commentating on what you see. Now then, we can see as they slipstream each other through Woodham Hill up towards the club chicane. Superb stuff. Shane Byrne is about to run wide in the braking area. Out he goes. But once again, he takes a shortcut through the chicane. They're all chasing the Spaniard as we enter the last lap then. This is it. Can Gregorio Lavia make it 4 out of 4 as his board comes
Plus
out
0.
to tell them they're all closing in. +0 it says. Airwaves Ducati looking for another win. Final lap.
Changed my story a bit now, but looks like Lavia's in trouble.
Well, he might be in trouble, but they've still got to get past him. And of course, Lavia holds a bit of an immaculate line, and we've seen already that Ducati is not slow in a straight line. All depends on how they get out of Church Corner. Long, fast right. Oh, Crutchlow down. Crutchlow is down on the deck. At least he's okay.
It's like club chicane crashed there in practice.
Rizzler Suzuki not having a good day again here at the moment. Chris Walker, where is he?
Well, this is very interesting. Lavia got to get through Church good. Lots of smoke from rear tyres there. This is going to be borderline. Chianari's going to get a slipstream here. Will he be strong enough on the brakes?
Here it comes then, final lap, got a bit of a spin there for the Ducati man, but he's got enough room in front, I think. It's going to be, oh, I don't know about that, the Honda got good drive, out of Church Corner, he's going to come underneath. Lavia's going to have to pedal it out, the brakes, it's going to be the last club chicane. Lavia tucks it in tight, Byrne tried to force his way past Ryoichi Chianari, but it's going to be the immaculate Spaniard who's going to take win number 4, out of 4, wheelies out of the chicane, onto the start-finish line. Gregorio Lavia, when he needed to battle, there is Colin Wright and the rest of the team. Wow, it couldn't have been much closer than that. Lavia almost caught at the chicane. Ryoichi Chianari, the defending champion, shakes the hand of the man who he displaced at the head of the championship. Well, what a great ride. Lavia, Chianari, Byrne and Ray. And this is how it was all done. 4 men duking it out at the last set of corners on the last lap. Ryoichi Chianari letting it run on, but it was the Ducati man, the Airways Ducati, Gregorio Lavia, not going to be forced into any kind of mistake at all. Immaculate through there, Neil. And the standings after 4 races. Lavia on the maximum, 100 points. Leon Camia, second, 67. Jonathan Ray, 49, along with Ryoichi Kiyanari. Shane Byrne on 45, Haslam on 43, Sykes on 40, and Rutter on 28. Chris Walker only on 26. He retired after 6 laps. Carl Harris on 25, Tommy Hill 21. Peter Hickman, Simon Andrews, Cal Crutchlow, Steve Plater, and Scott Smart are our top 16.